And we shall try this yet again. No, I'm occupational click, and oh, it's later now. It's going on 11:30 p.m. where I am, and if you know where that is, I know my brother. I enjoy his company sometimes, and you know, earlier tonight we had done taxes last night, and we stayed up pretty late. We were doing we're not done, but we were doing taxes, and I said to him, he stayed up later, and we were having a few beers, and we were watching YouTube videos, listening to music in between. And we went to bed last night. I said, listen, this is a shit job you work. If you got to sleep in, sleep in. Oh, we need the money. And I said, I understand, but this job ain't worth an accident or a DUI or whatever. Oh, okay. But he always says that, but the truth is he's Mr. Dutiful. So, all right, last night he was up later than he should have been. Tonight when he came home, at some point, I dozed off again, but I said, do you want to stream? He was like, nah, we're 50. I said, okay, forget a stream. And I myself was on the fence about a stream. But I said to him, I said, listen, what did I say? I said, okay, you don't want to stream, no big deal. He was gonna have a few beers, no big deal. And I was down here, I was on the computer, and just I thought to myself, you know what, maybe I will stream. This is, if we go back in time to about 10:30, about an hour ago. Brother was still up. I could hear him upstairs. I heard him stumbling into the bathroom to take a piss. I said, my brother's still up. I don't want to stream while he's still awake because it's rude. He's trying to sleep. I don't want to be loud. He's winding down. So I figured, okay, I'll wait till 11 o'clock. He'll be settled by then because every morning he gets up at 6 on the dot, 6 a.m. Be at work at 7. He comes down, makes his coffee, does his thing. 6 a.m. Even when I tell him, sleep in, be late, fuck it, who cares? He'll say, oh, sure. But he forces himself up. No matter what time he goes to bed, he forces himself up at 6 a.m. So at 10:30, I heard him still stumbling around. I said, you know what? Out of respect for him, let him, settle in. By 11 o'clock, he should be asleep. That'll give him a good 7 hours. I did not expect, I started streaming at 11, did not expect him to come stumbling downstairs for 2 more beers. I'm like, first I'm thinking, does he know I'm streaming? Did I wake him up? He's all particular about his sunglasses. I don't want anyone to see my eyes. I'm like, does he know? Are we going to see his face now? Does he know I'm streaming? Does he want to join me? But either way, whether he wants to join me or whether he's grabbing 2 beers, it's like it's after 11, and he will force his ass up at 6. So I'm like, what are you fucking doing? I think Brother Click has a problem. We all have problems. It was a little so. So then I got a little upset. I went over. I killed the stream. I said, buddy, I was saying his name. I'm like, what do you? It's like you got to. Oh, it's Sunday. I can sleep in. I'm like, no, it's like, what do you? We stayed up late yesterday. You got to catch up on sleep. Like me, I slept in later than that. You got to. You worked. You should really be wanting to catch up on sleep. And he was just like, you said my name a bunch of times on stream. I said, buddy, the stream is dead. I fucking killed it. So I deliberately. I was trying to be considerate of him. I was thinking about streaming half an hour ago. I know he didn't want to join me. He wasn't in the mood. I knew he was still up and doing this thing. I was trying to be considerate. And I did not expect him to come stumbling down after 11. I thought he'd be finally settled by then. So, yes. I hope he's settled. I really do. And you can say I'm a hypocrite and this and that, but I'm worried about him because he'll never, like me, got in my accident. I was probably a little tipsy that night because of the snow and all that. But generally speaking, like I would rather be late for work than risk any of this nonsense. My brother is so dutiful, and so I got to be up at 6 o'clock no matter what time we go to bed. So he never sleeps in. He never says fuck it. So I know I'm thinking to myself, last night we were up late doing taxes. So you lost sleep last night. Why are you still up? I knew at 10:30 he'd still be up. I said, I respect. I don't want to be talking loudly and streaming. I knew he was doing this. I could still hear him. At 10:30 he was stumbling around. I could hear him upstairs. I'm like, okay. 11 o'clock, he'll definitely say, because he's got to get up at 6. He'll be laying, he'll be, if not asleep, watching bed, retired for the night. I did not expect him to come stumbling down the stairs for two more beers at 11 o'clock. When's he going to finish them? If he downs them quickly, that's bad. If he sips them slowly, it'll take him after midnight. He's going to get, 5.5 hours of sleep? I'm like, what is he doing? He's had one too many. And that's why, yes, I privated that other stream. I can unprivate it when this one's done. So I don't want there to be confusion. I was just like, what are you doing? Am I wrong to be worried? You're going to say I'm an asshole, but it's like I feel concerned. You know what I mean? So I hope to Christ my brother settled. But who knows? He might stumble down the stairs again in half an hour looking for another beer. I don't know. Watch him fall, trip, break his leg, and we'll both be in fucking wheelchairs. Oh my Christ. I was making those dumb jokes. Oh, it's Saturday night. My girlfriend wanted me to come over. The guys wanted me to go out to the club, but none of those places are. I was making that dumb job. I'm like, what is this? Does he know I'm streaming? Is he joining me? No, wait, it's too late for him to join me. But even so, it's too late for him to be coming down. What the? I deliberately waited till I figured he'd be settled. And I'm like, why is he getting 2 beers at fucking 11 o'clock when he'll force himself up? Like he sets his alarm for like 5:40. He said he'll do a series of alarms like 5:45, 5:50. So I'm like, what is he doing? we didn't do anything tonight. It's like we stayed up later for like some reason. It just makes no fucking sense. And I said, you need an off night, no taxes. Don't join me in the stream. Fine. You needed an off night, but it's like I thought by now he'd be winding down. That's all. And next time he's more awake and sober, he can come on and say what an asshole I am. That's fine. But this is, you guys can see my concern here in real time. You're always doing something in the new house. When's the next stream? Oh, when we move into the house. Well, let me get settled. Well, let me do the office. It's okay. I didn't even ask you for an excuse, Horse, but I'm glad you're, quote, working on setting up the office in the new house. Normie problems. Anyway, how is everyone this Saturday night or whatever time it is? Sunday morning in Norway. Buzz it. Oh, the hair or the beard? Yeah, I should buzz the beard. Once we've got the boxes put away, a steam will be easier to do. Yeah, you get your steamer out, it'll be much easier to steam. You brought that slow cooker with you, so I'm sure you'll be doing lots of steaming and slow cooking and whatever. What was that pressure cooker? I'm sure you will. But what about streaming? Yeah. Actually, it's fine. You don't owe me anything. I didn't even ask you. I didn't even say, hey, Horse, why didn't you stream? I didn't even go there. You opened this door, but yes. Yeah, what is in the box? Totem is a good question. What's in the box? No, I just want to come on. I thought about coming on briefly because I'm looking for some tax forms, look at some old drafts from last year because it's complex thing with my brother. We were having an off night. I made some pierogies the other day, and first I boiled them, then I baked them, heavy butter. And one time I made baked potatoes in tinfoil not years ago, probably last year sometime. And I remember it made me so fucking sleepy. Something about the potatoes, the starch with my chemistry. I'm like, they were good, but they were, I think the potatoes, especially after being boiled and baked, they put me to sleep. So I was out of sorts. I know my brother's out of sorts, which is why I'm worried about him, because why are you coming to get a beer at 11 o'clock when you're going to be waking up before 6 o'clock? You'll be waking up at like 5:45. What are you doing? By the time you finish the beers and get to sleep, you get 5 hours. What the fuck are you? I waited considerately for you to go to bed. Why are you coming down? I get angry, but it's for his own good. Even though I come across like an asshole, it's like, buddy, go to bed. Not because I'm ashamed or embarrassed, because I'm worried about you. What the fuck are you doing? So you see? Yes, there are electronics in the box. Electronics. Well, where is the pressure cooker? Or did you have to leave that behind? Was that built into the house or something? I mean, did you have to leave behind some nice, backyard cooking equipment and other backyard appliances, or did you take most of it with you? I asked you a question, Horse. Next, you're going to tell me you're in the bath or you're at work trying to get work done or whatever nonsense. You were asked a simple, direct question. I wasn't even planning to stream that long because it's Saturday night. And like I said, you Chads are out there partying. Totem partied last night. It's Sunday morning for him. So we can excuse Totem. But, Horse, well, you're a married man. I guess your wife is past the point of wanting to go out on a regular basis. Okay, so I've got Totem who partied last night, and I've got, the settling into his new house, Horsehead, and me, and my brother stumbling around for some fucking reason. Horsehead says he's sorry. He's putting his kid to bed. Did you ask a question? No. Your question answered my question. So there we go. Thank you. Actually, it didn't answer my question. It reiterated the point I just made. Okay, very good. Okay, so how is everybody elsewise? How are we doing? How are things? I say I wasn't planning to take calls, but I will post a link. Just to see if it lets me post the damn thing. Yes, there we go. Sometimes I can't post through StreamYards. Have to post directly through YouTube. It depends. But there we go. If someone wants to come on, that's cool. If not, I understand. What I want to say is we did have. Let's take a look here. Share screen. There's some silly video uploaded, but we had a Bigfoot sighting. It's always nice to stop when God himself comes out of the woodwork. The great philosopher of our times comes out of the woodwork and, graces us with his presence. Graces us with his presence. Am I drunk already? I think I'm on my fifth. I don't remember. Anyway, so if you look here, let's take a look. Top comment apparently goes to Donda over here. If we go to the newest, I think it was the most recent. Okay. So right above Donna's, we've got Mr. X Guy Incognito. He says, weird times when there's little snow in my area. His area being Buffalo, New York. So weird times, little snow in his area. The worst may be in 10 to 14 days when all this rapidly melts with possibly summer temps coming. And I said, yeah, because we had a lighter couple inches a couple days ago. And we're supposed to get another one. So I said, yeah, down here we've had a few more lighter storms with a few more to come. If there is some great warm up forecast in 2 weeks, then that'll be even more mess and flooding. Seeing as it's not too bad up there, you can do a walk and talk video. I do one, but weather and wheelchairs say otherwise. And of course, we can't expect, too much from Todd. But I just thought it was nice to hear from him because, I think he had said once several weeks back, like, oh, I'm not going to be leaving my apartment for like another 6 to 8 weeks because it's winter time. But apparently, it's been a milder year up there. They usually get that lake effect snow. Apparently, it's been either milder. I'm not sure. Even if it's cold, it hasn't been as precipitous as normally. Well, that's what I was hoping, but I didn't get my wish. But but in other parts of the world, yes, winter is over. In other places, yes. Anyway, so we had a Bigfoot sighting. It was nice to hear from Bigfoot. And I said, hey, we can't expect much, but hey, if there's barely any snow, you can do a little walk and talk like you used to do. People have said, well, how many times do you want Todd to walk around and say this or say that? How many times? And the answer is one, it's nice to hear from him. And two, I was saying, like, a lot of his stuff, a lot of his great philosophy and shit has been lost because he's deleted and nuked his channel and privated things so many times. I know there are archives out there, but some of his greatest work is no longer even available. So how many times do you want him to say it? Well, there's not even a record of it. You know what I mean? It just lost to the ages. Like I liked his not just his Neat Bucks video, like if I can do it, you can, but like even like his like that time he recounted his stay in the psych ward. That was one of his best videos. I'm like, oh, this is fascinating. He's a great storyteller, and listening to so a lot of his greatest work has been lost. So it's always good to hear from him when he shows up. I think you're a little late there. I think you're a little late there. But regardless, Totem, let's hope it's a good one without any fear. So this is Totem with his cod philosophy, his cod piece philosophy. Okay. That's me and Totem. Horsehead went to either take a bath or put his kid in the bath or take a bath with his kid. We're not sure. How's everybody else? Anyone here? I want to come on just briefly because I'm like, I was looking at some videos, some guitar videos. I'm kind of putting off. It's like a delay tactic of doing the real work I should be doing. And yeah. It's 15-year-old Chan takes. Well, I think, Totem, it's good to hear it from an actual person speaking it as opposed to just some shit you read on the internet. It's not just what you're missing the point. In fact, I don't think you ever fully understood. It's not just about some black pill this or women that. It's not even that. It's the whole, I'm a Spurg and I finally got diagnosed. I worked for it. The whole philosophy intrigued me, but also just hearing about his stories, the timeline. No, there's much more. There's a human being there. I'm sorry if to you he's just some lolcow, post on some, message board. Then you got the other people who think he's like their best friend or something, and they're going to be the gatekeepers of who can access Todd. But for me, he's neither. He's just, it's always good to hear from him. That's all I can say. It's always good to hear from him. Have I ever taken a bath? Well, no, you're going to teach me. I don't know how to take a bath. We're going to get together when I come to Norway, and you're going to show me how to take a bath. You're going to bathe with me. You got to teach me. Don't worry. I didn't take lessons from anyone else yet, Totem. So yes, you can still be the first one to show me, observe me while I take a bath. Join me. How's that sound? Don't worry. Don't, hasn't happened yet, but it will. You'll be there. You'll be the first. All right. What else? Anything else? Oh, so in current events, I woke up this, when I got today, turned the TV. We bombed Iran or some shit. I don't even know what's going on over there. I think, Trump is old and Netanyahu's getting old. And the brown people who inherit Western society don't give a shit about the fucking Jews, that the people they imported. So I guess they figured it's now or never. We got to destabilize Iran to secure the greater Israel. Or maybe not. I don't know. But I heard, so we've attacked Iran. And what else? Oh, Neil Sedaka. Neil Sedaka died, man. 86, going on 87. I was flabbergasted. Strolling along country roads with my baby. After a while, how's it go? I hear the warmth of her hand in mine. Ooh, I hear laughter in the rain, walking hand in hand with the one I love. Ooh, how I love the rainy days and the happy way I feel inside. After a while, we run under a tree. I turn to her and she kisses me. Hello, Donna. How are you? Good timing. Speak of the she devil. How'd you know we were singing about you? Because we know, it may be Saturday night for me, but it's Sunday afternoon down under. So yes, Donna's here. Of course you were. And what did you guys talk about? And who's we? Hello, Endymion. Hello. Who's we? You and anyone I know? You were talking to DBF, or you were talking to, I don't know, Aiden, or you were talking to someone else. And, oh, see, he's all right. Maybe I made the wrong decision. I picked the wrong American Aquarian. No, I kid, of course. What were you discussing about me? Because my ears were burning earlier. I think that was you. Did I play with marbles as a kid, Totem asks. And the answer is yes. But since then, long since then, I've lost my marbles. And Donda and Totem are talking amongst themselves, poetry. And we've got Endymion and Lone Hiker is talking to Donda. Everyone's okay. A female shows up. Let's all talk to the girl. Now I can get all Hacker Lewis and say, "Talk to me!" But I'll let you talk amongst yourselves. I might get another beer real quick. So you guys have a nice chat. I'll be back. I'll put it for 60. I'll be back soon. But I'm in a wheelchair, which should take 30 seconds. It'll probably take 2 minutes. But enjoy. Talk amongst yourself. Discuss. Yeah, but I figured since I probably could have gotten the beer and been back, but since I was over there, I said, let me take a piss in my jug because hey, kill two birds with one stone now instead of later. All right, where were we? We were talking about. Oh, good. You guys are having a nice chat. I'm not going to try to catch up in chat. Fill me in on any important details. Anything? Any questions for me? Last thing was said. Donna says nonchalantly, "LOL." Okay. I'm not going to roll. I'm not going to scroll up. You guys can talk to Donna, or we can even bring Donda on because it's Sunday. She can't hide behind the "I got to work" excuse. So if you want to come on, because apparently the Starlings love you. I mean, the chat didn't get active until you showed. I was talking to, oh my God, Totem and Horsehead, who was in and out. That was it. Then Donda shows up, and suddenly everybody magically shows up. I think they were lurking. They just didn't want to talk to me. They were hoping, ooh, I wonder what girl will show up tonight. That's the only reason they come here, by the way. You know that, Donda. If not you, they'll settle for a Cassandra or maybe a Jasmine Monique. That's the only reason most of these people come here. Lone Hiker's talking about completing a task and having bad diarrhea. Well, thank you for sharing, Lone Hiker. Top of the mountain, 2 feet of snow. Okay. Well, Donna, if you scroll back or watch later at the beginning of the stream, Brother Click and I got into a tiff. I won't rehash everything. I'd asked him earlier if he wanted to stream. He said, nah, he wanted an off night. I said, no big deal. We were up late last night doing tax work. We still have taxes to do. It's tax time in America, state and federal. And the point is, so he stayed up a bit later last night. I know he's behind on sleep. I was thinking about streaming. He didn't want to join me. Around 10:30, I said, all right, let my brother settle in. I heard him upstairs stumbling in the hallway using the bathroom. I said, by 11 o'clock, he'll be in bed because every day, no matter what, I always tell him, buddy, don't risk getting pulled over. Don't risk an accident. Not for some shit job. If you got to sleep in, sleep in. He says, oh, okay, but he never does. No matter what time he goes to bed, he always sets his alarm for 5:45 in the morning. So it's 11 o'clock p.m. here. It was 11. It was about 45 minutes ago. It was 11 p.m. here. And I thought Brother Click had finally settled in for the night. So I'm like, he's got to be up. He gets up like 5:45, so he'll be up in 6 and change hours. Next thing I know, he's stumbling downstairs. I'm like, does he know I'm streaming? Does he want to join me? It's too late for him to join me. If he doesn't know I'm streaming, does he have his shades? Because, oh, God forbid. What is he doing? He came to get to. I'm like, what are you fucking doing? You're supposed to be in bed. I come across as an asshole, but it's like, it's for his own good. I'm like, what the fuck? It's too late for you to join me on the stream, and it's too late for you to be getting 2 fucking beers. If you down them really quick, that's bad. If you sip them slowly, it'll take you another hour before you're ready to go to sleep. And he doesn't just go to sleep. He lays around for a bit. So I'm like, you're going to go to bed at what, fucking 1 in the morning just to get it? He'll never sleep in to get up at what, fucking 5:45. So he and I'll unprivate that first false start of a stream. Because, oh my God, that's how Brother Click is. I just answered your question. You want to talk about what Lone Hiker and his bowel problems on top of a mountain? I'm sorry if that interests you more. I'm really sorry. I guess his fecal habits are much more entertaining. Okay, fine. I won't get all, look at me. I won't be like that, but yeah, but he had his long piss like half an hour earlier. I thought that was his final piss for the night. I even didn't want to start streaming because I don't want to be too loud. He's trying to, I don't want to be loud. Speaking loudly throughout the house. So I figured let him, settle in. I thought 10:30, I thought that was his final long piss. And he was getting ready to like doze off, lay in bed, fall asleep. I did not expect him to hobble down at 11 o'clock when he's got to wake, when he's always forces himself up at 5:45. I'm like, what? To get 2 more beers? What the fuck? He's not even done for the night yet. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You better have been paying full attention. I get jealous. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm Occupational Click. My name isn't James Moore. Hey, what else is going on? How is James? You claimed you were talking about me the other day. If there's any truth to that, or is it just something you say to be nice? Oh, hi, OC. We were talking about you the other day. Was there any truth to that? Did you have anything to elaborate, to expand upon, or you're just talking for the sake of talking? I mean, you're just saying nonsense for the sake of having something to say. Okay. Anything you'd like to share? Anything that's worth sharing with everybody? Or there's just, oh God. Let me guess. Oh, James, you don't have a lot of friends or family. You should say hi to OC. I fucking hate that weirdo. He came all the way to visit me. What a loser. Oh, but James, you went all the way to visit Todd. But that's different. That was Todd. This loser visited me. I'm not at Todd's level. Well, that's true, but he's still your buddy. You should say hello. Oh, I'm jealous. It was something to that effect. I'm sure this is how the conversations go because I get that vibe. Yes, that we do. I'm thinking about this blizzard we had. I'm like, the landlord's a fucking retard. Even just even thinking he could say the audacity to say move out in fucking February. What the fuck? It's like retardation. Fucking idiot. He's probably losing his mind. He's my parents' age. I'm watching this old generation mentally deteriorate. I gotta wait. I'm supposed to get my neat bucks, my temporary neat bucks ruling early March. I'm gonna call them and say where, because once again the state said, oh, you were employed and your employer had insurance. You got to go through them. So it's MetLife, Metropolitan Life. Get Met. It pays. We used to say as kids, get bent, it pays. MetLife. It's a famous American insurance company. That apparently the last grocery store job, which I've been fired from, but I was technically employed at the time of my accident. Now I go through them. Just like a couple of years ago, I had to go to the furniture stores insurer, which was it was the Hartford Group. It was a different insurer. I wish the state would just do it, but the state fucking sucks. I'm hoping I can walk or at least hobble before we move out. It's part of the reason why I can't move out. We'll bring the wheelchair with us, of course, but I don't want to be like dependent upon it at the time we move out. I have physical therapy sometime in March. I called the earliest booking I can get. I gotta go for an assessment. So once again, I get a call, get a van to pick me up, take me there in my wheelchair, so they can assess the situation. That won't be till like the middle of March. But I don't want to move out till summer. Fuck this fucking landlord piece of shit. But I do appreciate. I know James got that job, and you had said, "Why don't we wire OC some money?" And James was like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not sure." But you said, "No, it's the right thing to do." So I'm awaiting his little check. I appreciate. That was very kind of you guys. Well, I don't know yet. I first have to get the assessment, which won't be till like March 16th. Beware the Ides of March. So I gotta go for the assessment, and I gotta see what they say. And it's funny, the prescription was only written for my left leg, which healed faster. I didn't get one for the right. I got to go back to the orthopedic in early April. I'm going to say I need So the answer is I don't know. I won't know anything about physical therapy until I go for the assessment. And even then, the prescription's only for the left because the right apparently needs X amount more weeks of healing. So I got a prescription for that. So the answer is I don't know how it's going to unfold. I really don't know. You do. That's a great accent. I have a great. See, I pay attention. I listen. I mimic exactly. Who's that question for? Totem asks, "Do you love me?" Who are you talking to? And Donna is answering, but she's answering on my behalf. Donna says, "OC lives you so much." Yes, I eat, breathe, and sleep. I really live Totem daily. I'm not sure who is asking because we began the stream saying how much we loved each other. In fact, when I go to Norway, he wants to take a bath with me. So we've already established the love between us, which is why I ask, who is he asking? Who is he addressing with this question? Unless he's that insecure and needs reassurance. If you're asking me, I've already promised I'll take a bath when I visit you in Norway. We'll take a bath. He's going to quote unquote teach me how to take a bath properly. So we'll bathe together. How much more love do you need from me? Are you asking Donna? Are you asking what? Endymion? Who are we talking to here? Okay. So according to Donna, Totem got a girlfriend. She's going to get very jealous of you two bathing together. Kind of like you got jealous when James sent you that bonus footage of me and him showering. It was kind of weird because the shower was like under, was being renovated. But I told you, don't be jealous. You're still the number one girl for him, even if you'd rather shower with me. As far as girls go, you're as far as females go, you're so. And I calmed you down. We'll tell Totem's girlfriend the same thing. Don't worry. You remember that video? That was a private one. We couldn't share. We wanted to. I was like, we should upload this, dude. He's like, I'd love to, but YouTube will ban us. So I said, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell Totem that. I didn't want Totem to know I'd already bathed with James because now he'll be jealous. Let's not talk about being in the bath anymore. We did. I asked the power, asked Devotion. He was like, man, OC, I wish you'd shut up a week or so ago before I ripped this up. I'd love to shower with you, but now what are we going to do? I said, we'll find a way, James. We will find a way. And we did. I know my brother didn't join us. He was the one recording while we made it work. I don't know. I might not be able to make it work in Totem, whatever a European bathtub looks like. It might not work. Totem, I don't know, man. I might, us Americans, we might be too big. We're packing too much for you to handle. Oh, your girlfriend is off grid. Now I'm jealous. All right. So, what else are we talking about? Is that it? Because I wasn't too long. I just wanted to come on briefly. And I said, my brother, you want to join me? Cool. If not, That's awesome. I waited. I thought by 11 o'clock he had a bunch of beers earlier. I'm like, you're coming down for. I think it gets to a point where you're so drunk you don't realize how drunk you are, and it's like, buddy, you got to go to fucking bed, man, because you're gonna. I know him. He won't sleep. So if you were the type to oversleep and not care about alarms, I would just say, oh well, he'll be late for work. Who gives a shit? But he's very, punctual when it comes to getting up for work. I'm like, you can't go to bed at midnight and try to get up at 5:30. What are you, fucking nuts? I'm talking about my own problems because that's sort of, Now he'll be like, "You were an asshole." He'll get all denial when he's sober. He'll be like, "No, you're being an ass." And start going on about me like, "Well, you broke your legs, you're fucking me over." I'm like, "That's all true, but that doesn't address the issue at hand." That's exactly. No, next time we stream and he's here, he'll say his side of the story. It'll be something like that. No, he'll start listing all my faults, not addressing the actual issue itself, the issue at hand. That's how that'll be his response. Watch. There'll be no thank you. Okay, so. But actually, I do want to ask you, Donna, how are things? I haven't heard from you and James in a while. James is still, he's working his job. Everything's okay. I know it was a temp job, but they still have him. Or I wanted to ask with that. I was curious because it was hard for him to get a job. He needed that temporary bridging visa, however it works. He's on the temporary or he's on the permanent bridge, whatever it is. Most places didn't want to hire him, but he got this job through like a temp agency. But is it literally temporary? Is it temp to hire? Is it as long as they need him? Is it one of these things where after X amount of months he's no longer eligible to work there, or they say, okay, your contract's up, so it's been nice, bye-bye. In other words, is there an end date, or he can keep working there as long as they want him? That's my question. Brothers argue. He's been saying things that make me think that he's been influenced by my parents and my sister. Maybe you are dead weight, you piece of shit. He's been saying things you just don't see on camera. It makes me think, oh shit, I try to tread lightly. Because look at me, I'm a cripple fuck dependent upon him. But I get angry because I'm actually worried about his well-being. I don't want him getting an accident and getting pulled over. I don't want him getting off for some shit job. They've been cutting his hours. But I'm like, dude, if you're gonna, because I know him, he's gonna wake up at fucking before 6 a.m. Why are you still drinking beer at 11? But I digress. James is still on a temp visa, but they actually offered him full-time permanent work. But is it, you had said something about this fascinates me. I always forget. There's like a temporary bridging visa. Is there like a permanent, or is he on the partner visa, or you're waiting to hear about the partner visa? But you told me there's 2 steps to the temp. The bridging visa, there's temporary bridging, permanent bridging, and then partner. Is that correct? Partner, you got to wait and hear from. That could take months, if not years. But he was on a temp bridge, or is it temp bridge partner? I forget how it works. What are the stages of visas in Australia for foreigners? He's trying to fix it. That's great. I didn't ask about what he's doing right now. It's Sunday. I'm asking you about. I didn't ask what James is doing now. Not interested in what James is doing now. Well, Tonum, you won't see that here. He has no desire to be on my stream anymore. He smiles and says, "Hi, good to see you, see." The whole time he's really thinking, "Oh God, this fucking asshole, piece of shit, Spurg, ugly fuck. Oh God, I gotta pretend I like him." So we won't be seeing. He's probably right now. He's saying, "How come Donna's in his chat? Why isn't Donna here with me?" And it's like, dude, she sees you all fucking week. You can give her a break. Let's not. I actually care. I seem like an asshole, but I care about my brother and I care about James. I come across as a dick, but I'm worried about their well-being. They are like, "Fuck you, asshole." I was asking. So Donna says, at the very initial stages, bridging visa, temp partner, and then partner proper. Okay. So he's on stage 2. He's on the temp partner, I believe, or past bridging, or on temp partner, awaiting a full partner. Is that correct? He's in visa number 2. This is good. So he was on a bridging visa. I believe he's now on a temporary partner visa, waiting to hear if he's gotten full partner visa. Is that correct? He was on 1. He's now on 2, awaiting number 3. Did I get that right? I want to leave this up because this spells it out. I love when things are spelled out. I'm a Spurg, man. I like things spelled out simply. Donna replies, "Hey, Cass." No, I asked you a question. That's the question, Bish. Cassandra says, "Of course, correct. He should go to sleep, but imagine just wanting 2 more beers and getting reprimanded. No assholes here." Well, like if this were his night off, I wouldn't care. It's his night off. But it's like, dude, you're already out. You're too out of it. You're not even enjoying the beers. You're just drinking for the sake of drinking at this point. Which is, you can do that. Like I used to force myself to try to sleep. You can do that when you have a night off or when you're going to sleep in or when you're going in later. But not when. And with me, worst case, I would say, fuck it, I'm just going to sleep. But with him, I didn't do that back in December, and I regret it. I would have said, fuck it, let me be late for work or not show up. Who cares? No call, no show. My brother would never do that, so you can't play those games. All right, 1 is bridging, 2 is temp partner, 3 is partner proper. He's still at number 1. Because then what was it? Because you told me you've got to wait months, sometimes years. It's at their discretion till they get back to you. They get back to you about number 2, the temporary partner visa. Like if you married, would that make that automatically a 3? I mean, like I thought he was already. I thought he said there was some milestones, some progress was made. But you're playing the waiting game to get to number 2. Okay. No, Cassandra, you weren't here and you missed it. We already explained. He was up later last night. We were doing taxes last. I don't repeat all this shit. We were doing this last night, and he lost sleep last night. So I thought tonight he'd be ready to go to sleep. We played the drinking and doing taxes and watching videos on YouTube game last night. He was up later than he should have been. Tonight was an off night. We didn't do anything. He wanted to have some beers. Cool. He didn't want to stream with me. That's fine. I waited. I'm going to say this one last fucking time. I asked him if he wanted to stream. He said no. I said, no big deal. Back at 10:30, he was stumbling around. I said, okay, he's winding down. I won't stream while he's still awake. That would be rude. He's trying to sleep. 11 o'clock, I said, okay, he's going to be asleep now for sure because he gets up at 5:45 every morning. He'll be asleep now for sure. I did not expect him to come stumbling down the stairs past 11. That was so fucking weird. That was it. And I waited. I deliberately waited. I wanted to hold off. I don't want to be screaming loudly at like 10:30 when he was still awake. I thought he was settled. He was, winding down. And here he is. I'm just going to get 2 more beers. Like, when are you going to, well, you're going to down them? Or are you going to drink them slowly? Either way. It's 11 o'clock. When are you going to finish those 2 beers? At midnight? What the fuck? You're right, Cassandra. It's better 2 more beers. I was thinking of that. I thought you guys all said he had a problem. I thought they misunderstood. He felt this need to use up my Prozac 10s instead of taking a couple of 20s or something. You're right. Maybe we'll talk about this. And I told Donna, it's the ladies who care the most. See, none of the guys seem to give a shit. But Donna and Cassandra, the next time my brother's on and you're both here, you can ask him yourself. He'll turn it on me. He'll say, you're an asshole. You're a piece of shit. You're this and that. All that's true. I don't deny any of that, but he'll skirt the issue at hand. So you can bring up that because now I'm starting to think, you're right. I ignored it. Maybe those pills were a cry for help. He'll feel like he's being attacked. They don't, but that's just so 2 or 3 makes no. So being married has no bearing on 2 or 3. They don't care if you're married or de facto. So you're just waiting for a 2. And if he gets a 2, how long would it take to get a 3? You might never get a 3. There's a temporary partner visa. Where is that? Let me go back to that one more time. So he's on number 1, the bridging. You're waiting to hear about a temporary partner, the number 2. And then maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a 3. There might be some people who never get a 3. What's the difference between a temporary partner and a full-time partner? What's the difference? So, but you can work, at least you can work on a bridging. So the number 1 allows him to work. Before that, it was we'll call it a 0. A 0. It was a tourist visa. Okay. I was listening, no need to repeat. Just been having a fucking annoying day of work and could. Well, it's midnight here in Jersey, so it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday night in Arizona, and you and your beau just got engaged officially. Why are you even here? Let me guess, you're out partying, but you're waiting for your food and you're watching me on your phone. I'm surprised you're here. Shouldn't newly engaged folk be out, doing whatever newly engaged folk do? I don't know. Donna says they care if we're a genuine couple and show evidence to support that. And of course, like I said, this chat was dead until, Donda, and I guess Cassandra by default extension showed up. Chop Squad 1 says, "Sup, Donna? I don't know who Chop Squad 1 is. We know there are people I do know who like to use aliases. So this might be someone I know, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure who Chop Squad is, but maybe you guys do. I don't know. Is this Chicken Dinner? Is this DBF? Is this somebody else? It could be anybody. We don't know. Chop Squad. Yeah, that's why I was thinking the same thing. Is it chicken dinner? Could be chicken dinner. Okay, it is. He wouldn't tell me, but he confesses right away for Donda. Okay, it's chicken dinner. Cassandra says, "You're not being an asshole caring about this." Him saying you're an asshole, me. Like I said that, yes. I don't deny being an asshole, but he'll try to deflect. Doesn't apply to his behavior and you calling it out. Correct. That's correct. And you can tell him that yourself, Cassandra. James thought they were a cry for help. So Cassandra and James both agree. If you were here, well, they got to tell him. Coming from me, it's easier because I'm his brother. You can say, "No, you're being an asshole. Fuck you. You're just being a jerk. Fuck you. Look what you did." He can easily dismiss me. But if he hears it from you guys, it might be more heartfelt. There are actions of disobedience in some way, less a cry for help and more just acting out. Brosi is acting out. We'll run that by him. Acting out from what? From me? He feels like I'm a burden, so he's got it's his turn to act. I don't know what he's acting out from. Seymour is sick. Oh no. What happened? You got a bum leg. Excuse me. I should probably put my boots. I really should be wearing my boots. I like the freedom of not wearing them, but I should probably put them on, especially the right one. Cassandra has a bum leg. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, said the dude with two bum legs in a fucking wheelchair. I mean, you might not. I can't even bend this. And this one here is a little better, but it's like see how the hair is. Ow, the hair is missing. If I pinch her, okay, you're gonna give the guy in a wheelchair with two bum legs. Well, I'm sorry. Poor baby. Poor baby. Your two bum legs. Okay. Sick dog. Okay, Cassandra has surrounded herself with a bunch of sick beings. You fell and crushed your shin. What was this? Wait, this is before or after the accident? When was this shin crush? I'm sorry, did I miss something? Some timeline? Was this? When was the shin crush? No, but that's what even my brother would say that. Oh, poor you. You do this, you fucking asshole. I'm like, no, we're not talking about me and me being an asshole and me being a poor baby. We're trying to address this problem or that problem. So no, Totem, you're doing what my brother. Totem, see this? Totem is doing what my brother would do. He's deflecting rather than addressing the issue we're talking about. Not good. You're Totem. You know what you are? You're an enabler. You are an enabler. This is probably true. Probably true. But now I tell him it's actually good you're spending that money. We can get you on, try to get you on like Meat Bucks next. He's gonna get out of this house, but I think he's still who. Like he jumped. He was like, no one wants us out. Oh no! I'm like, fuck that. I was going to say, fuck it. We got to be defiant. He doesn't. He's very. Oh no, we gotta do this because he said that. He's too. What's the word I'm looking for? Too. Oh no, the authorities said this. Oh no, it's like, fuck him. We have rights too. Fuck the landlord. On Wednesday afternoon, I took a bad tumble and whacked my shin on the curb. Well, what day is it today? Sunday. So this is recently. When did you come on playing the keyboard? I can't remember. Was that before or after? I'm dead serious. I can't. What day was that? The keyboard. It was about a week ago, maybe sooner. Was that before? You got to refresh my memory. My memory is shot. When you were playing keyboard, did you have a bad shin, or that happened the day after? I can't. Give me the timeline. Spell it out because I can't remember. I'm not going to go back and do the detective work. James tried to download something from Steam, and his computer suddenly shat itself. Okay. Hematoma is internal bleeding. I had one of those. I had a rectus sheath hematoma. I think it was the right side. I had one of those, a rectus sheath hematoma. rectus sheath in here, not rectum, rectus, the front here, hematoma. So you've got internal bleeding that just has to be reabsorbed into the leg. Was this before or after the timelines here? The stream was before the fall. Okay, so well, if that's the case, if you've had an injury since then, you should say, "Oh, I recently injured myself." You're just talking about it nonchalantly, as if we're supposed to somehow know that you know. You talk about it as if it's something that's established. When apparently the last time you were here, this wasn't a thing yet. So you got to be timeline. Like when your buddy Aiden's like, "Oh, me and John went out for Valentine's Day. Me and John went to the bar or some shit." It's like, well, who the fuck is John? Tell us who John is. Same thing. You guys, you got to be cognizant of your audience. You're claiming you would. I'm not so sure. You might not. You might not have. No, I don't. I hear brother click. I think. Buddy, are you okay? He's in the bathroom again, taking a piss. I'll be another 10 minutes. Buddy, it's midnight, man. You got to be up. You're gonna be. What time are you getting at? He's going to say it's Sunday. He can sleep in. I hope so too, Donda. I do kind of wish he was here, like he was off tomorrow, because that would be nice, kind words. You might feel like an intervention, like you're all ganging up on him. But no, he'd appreciate that. Those are kind words. Classic dumb. Yeah, was it even? I hate to say this. You sure it was Steam, or was he trying to pirate the game from one of those, Pirate Bay or whatever they have now? He was trying to like pirate the game. Got a virus. And we care about you, Donna and James. I wouldn't go out of my way to visit a man in person in real life who I didn't care about. He might not care about me, but I care, or at least I cared about him. So, I'm not the type to just visit people randomly. Well, you might say, yes, you are. No, I wouldn't just show up at someone's doorstep. I might joke about it, but no, seeing James was very nice. I wouldn't have gone out there if I, if it didn't mean something to me. Now, Cassandra, I don't think you are either, but I know my brother, and that's how he'd interpret it. Yeah, but he would interpret it negatively. But sometimes, tough love. But no, people, enablers like Totem will say, "Oh, see, you're the poor little baby. You're not perfect either," missing the point entirely. That's actually bad. That's not, forget about me. That's bad for Bro C. Totem is, a bad person. We're going to take a bath together, and now I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. Let's see if he's. All right, give me a minute. So I hear, well, it's going to be, he's still in the bathroom. It'll be a moment. Let's see, it's another thing. Look, I don't know if he maybe just finished his beers and now he's still awake. He's going to wake up at 5 o'clock. Well, 5:30, 5:45. He's going to get what? Not even 6 hours of sleep. I'm worried. Buddy. See if we can get him. He's still awake. It's after midnight. It's 12:10 here in the morning. He'll wake himself up at 5:45 at the at the latest. Now he's washing up. You want to see my back? It looks disgusting. I can show you my back in a minute, but hold on. Buddy, I'm worried about you. Are you okay? I'm doing fine. Well, you got to be up in what, 5? What time are you going to get up? Sleep in. 6:30. Okay, 6.5 hours, but you barely slept last night. Are you sure? Buddy, how many more beers you have? You finished your beer? Hello? He's not answering me now. He's pissed. He thinks I'm putting on a display for the fucking starlings, but no, I'm asking, you all right? All right. Maybe I'll do an all-night stream, and we'll see how he looks at, fucking 5:30 in the morning when he inevitably wakes up. Are you there? He thinks even now, he thinks I'm bad-mouthing him. Buddy! Hold on. Unless he's asleep. He should have been asleep like an hour ago. He shouldn't still be up now. We're seeing in real time, though. See that? All right. What else is new? What else is going on? Maybe I'll buzz this down a little bit. It's weird. But really, with him, part of it too, you understand my brother. I'll say this. It's odd because normally he would not be awake at this time. He might wake up to take a piss every once in the middle of the night, but he would not be awake at this time. I wonder if I kept him up too late last night and now his pattern's off because it's unusual for him to still be getting a beer at 11 o'clock. It's unusual of him to still be awake, not even asleep yet, at 12:15 when he's going to get up at fucking 5:45. This is, for him, 5.5 hours. This is unusual. His behavior is odd. This isn't like him. So it's concerning, don't you think? It's concerning. No, Donna, I think I'll grow it super duper long. James kept saying grow it out. Grow it out. Oh, you don't like that. So that's why you wanted me to grow it out. Okay. Now it's concerning with Brother Click because like he's not usually awake at midnight when he's getting up at fucking, before 6 o'clock. It's very strange. He says he'll sleep until 6:30. I don't know. Okay. All right. We're winding down. I don't want to go an hour. I'm making a full hour. If someone wants to come on, that's cool. If not, I understand. Denmark guy is in that homeless shelter, so who knows what he's up to. Probably in the bread line right now. I'll put that there. I'm winding down, but I'm like, I'm not trying to air dirty laundry. I'm worried. It's like he's not usually awake getting 2 more beers at 11. He's like, I gotta go to bed. He'll be in bed way before then. He's usually not even stumbling around taking a piss at 10:30. He was up late. I want a few beers, take the edge off, have a night off. You want your own time. I get that. I get it. But it's like, if you were off, I'd understand. He's going to complain, you keep me up every night doing this. You should untext it. He'll make it about me. And what he's saying is true, but he will skirt the issue. I think the beard, Cassandra says she thinks the beard is looking pretty rad. So now we got a problem here, boyos. Boyos. Don, that's a term I never use, but okay, boyos. All right, boyos. We got 2 chicks here. One says trim it down. One says, let it go. It's looking rad. I think that means radical, which I think is a compliment. Who do I listen to? Both these ladies are taken. They both have significant others. I respect both of their partners. So that's not a factor. But if you ask for a woman's advice, I don't know. We're getting some contradiction here. Right. If you stay, Cassandra says if she stays up one night, the next day. Exactly. I know. I understand him wanting to take an edge off. We didn't do anything tonight. We went our separate ways, have an off night. Don't worry about taxes. You do you. You want to have a few beers at fucking 8, 9 o'clock? That's fine. That's fine. Why are you still having a beer at 11? Why are you still stumbling around at fucking after midnight when you're going to wake up and I know him. I'll sleep until 6:30. He's humoring me. He'll be up by fucking 5:45 at the latest. 5:30, 5:45. I know what he's going to do. No, Totem. I don't think he took the RAM out. I think what's her name? Not Cassandra. The other woman, Donda, is trying to say, what do you think the problem is with the computer, with the laptop? Maybe it's something RAM related. Maybe it's something megabyte related. She's throwing out random terms trying to get an answer. I don't think he took the RAM out. Then again. Christ. Donda says, I love the beard, but I like a little trim. That's a polite way of saying, God, you look like an ugly, homeless, derelict bum. Okay, I can read between the lines now. It took me fucking 40 plus years, but I can read between the lines. Okay. You like the beard, but you like a little trim. I mean, shave the beard, you ugly fuck. Okay, I get it. You want what? You want me to liberate my beautiful Greek god, my Greek god. I look like no, I'm not Greek. What I'm saying is like the ancient Greeks would depict their gods as these square jawed, like Zeus and Apollo. You want to see my beautiful Greek god jawline underneath my lower third. I'm sorry, I'm hiding my beautiful lower third from you. I'm sorry, Donda. It's got to come off now. Well, we're talking about looks here, Cassandra. If you want to look younger, trim it down. If you want to continue with the silver fox look, let it grow. I'm asking you people collectively, because we're all lookists here. What looks better, in your opinion? Silver fox or young boy? Or younger man? I don't know. What looks better, the youthful look or the silver fox look? James just said stairs, Donna, stairs. I don't think James, like a lot of people, ever understood the analogy in the first place. You didn't have to call me ugly. I read between the lines, Donda. I read between the lines. Will that at least put James's jealousy at ease? Oh, no, it won't. It won't, because James will think, okay, Donda thinks the beard is ugly, but if OC shaves, she might find him attractive again. Oh, no. Is Dumb's displaced jealousy being quelled? I don't know. Cassandra says, I told you it's looking good. I like it like this, but maybe Donda is close to your demographic. Well, age-wise, I think you're like, let's do the math here. I'm going to do the math if I can do it. I'm a little drunk. Donda's like 7 years older than I am. And you, I think you're like 12 years younger than me. Did we get that right? We get the what's 12 plus 17? 18? Maybe. I'm trying to think here. I might be fucking up the math. You and Donna are, I think about it. I never thought of this. Cassandra and Donda are almost like fucking 20 years apart. My God, I never even thought of that. Wow. Did I get that right? Did I do the math right? I think I got that right. No, I think 11. 11 and 7, 17, 18. Did I get that right? I don't know. You guys are like 2 decades apart. I'm not really close to either of you. One of you is, a child. The other is like an old lady. So let's not worry about demographics because one of you is really old, one of you is really young. I'm asking you children and you elderly ladies. The 12 and 17, 18, wait, 19. They're 19 years apart. I forget now. Okay, maybe I was off by a year. 13 plus 7 at 20. No, you guys are 19 years apart. I don't know. Maybe Don is 8 years older than I am. I forget. You guys are like 20 years apart. I didn't think of that. Wow. 12. Okay. When was Donna born? Maybe I'm getting Donna's age wrong. The point is, you and Donna are like almost. I didn't even think. Wow. Totem says that Cassandra and Donda are so smart, but which one's smarter? Donna's age is like my parents' age. Yes, she's an old woman. I agree. But I'm closer in age to her than I am to you, so I guess I'm old too. Okay, so I got to shave the beard now because Donda told me to. Okay, we've settled that. I think you're actually a little older than Cassandra's parents. I think about it. Weren't they like 17, 18 when they? So like when Cassandra was born, Donda would have been about 19. I think her parents were in high school, so you're actually a little older than Cassandra's parents. Cassandra says she's younger, so she's less wise, and Donna has less plasticity. Comparing apples and oranges. Well, yeah, I guess Donda has more wisdom from living and learning, but as you do get older, the brain is a muscle, and like all other muscles, it slows down dramatically. Dramatically. I don't care if you're a genius, everyone gets stupider with age because the brain is a muscle. Yeah, so they're Donda's exact age. Donda is 50 going on 51. Yeah. Wow. Cassandra's parents are younger than Donda. You should call from now on. You will address Donda as mommy. Aiden calls you mommy. You will call Cassandra. Will call Donda mommy. Okay, we've established. Or no, mummy. You got to say mummy because they don't say mommy in Australia. They say mummy. Daddy James. Funny. Yes. Yeah, wow. Jeez. Look at that. There is a need, Donda. You don't realize it because the plasticity of your brain is broken down too much. I'm a bit younger and I can tell you, yes, from now on, Cassandra will call you mummy. You're like a fine wine that's, starting to spoil. Yes, I'm Uncle OC and you Donda mummy. I love it. Cool. I like good. See? When children behave themselves. See, Donda, when children behave themselves, all is well. Totem, you raise a good point. The next time Donda is on my stream, she's got to turn up and do a little turnaround. We've never seen her from behind. We can't make a call. We can't make a judgment call yet. Donda, Totem, the broken clock that is Totem, finally has raised a brilliant point. You got to give us a stand up and do a little twirl. So, yes. Okay, I'll remember that. Or remind me if I forget. The next time Donda is on, there's got to be a little twirl. Yes, okay. Good job, broken clock. Okay. All right, it's been an hour. I can't think of much more to say. Can't think of much anywhere else to take this. I want to show my right leg is killing me. It's not just the foot; it's the whole lower extremity. And the other day, I stood up on my left foot, and I was telling my brother, the sole of the left foot, the left one, which is the better one, left is better. The sole doesn't hurt when I was standing up, but there's pain in the lower leg, and because I haven't walked in over 2 months, I feel literally weak in the knees. The expression makes me weak in the knees. I feel truly weak in the knees, like I'd fall over. I was holding on to my wheelchair, but it's like the kneecap itself, the upper leg feels weak. Like I'm not supposed to stand. Sit me back down. I'll go to the floor. So it's not just the lower extremities. Now, like the deterioration, like trying to stand. The good news is the sole of my foot doesn't hurt, but the lower, like the pressure on the ankle and the lower leg hurts, and the upper leg wants to just fall back over, like out of laziness. So yes, that's where I am right now. So I get this physical therapy. I'll be like another fucking month. Well, not a month, a couple weeks. Ides of March. Why, thank you, Cassandra. Where would we be without your elderly wisdom? Oh wait, you're the younger one. I can't remember. I can't keep track anymore. Where would we be without your plasticity? But you can see the hair here. Where the hair stops, is where the pain begins. If I touch that, it's not super painful, but I can, like right here, I feel nothing. It feels, weaker. I've lost some muscle, lost some fat. It's weaker, but it feels fine. If I be touching here, there's a soreness. It's very sore where the hair ends, the soreness begins. But even the weakness of the knees was up here. They just, they didn't hurt, but they're like, I can't stand. Sit me back down. Right one's worse. Feels all pins and needlesy. Yeah. Yeah, and yes, I have been drinking more. When first time I accident, I didn't drink for like a month and a half. I can see most of my fat isn't the food we eat, isn't the junk. Oh, that's right. You got to remind me. I got to marinate a steak. My brother bought 2 London broils, and London broil isn't the same as like a T-bone or a ribeye. I like to marinate them just to give them some tenderness because they're kind of thick. So I was gonna add some lemon juice, maybe some olive oil, some seasonings, and I gotta see what else we have. Maybe even a little water. I gotta. Yeah, I forgot. I gotta marinate because we thawed them, but they were still kind of icy, so they're still thawing. But I'll have to marinate them in a bit. Maybe I'll marinate them on camera because I'm getting kind of bored. So if you want to stay with me, I can roll it in and marinate on camera or not. I gotta marinate those London broils, and we'll probably cook them tomorrow or the next day. Not even sure what I have to marinate. I think I have some lemon juice. I think I have some things, but it's not gonna be that great a marinade. Well, the best red wine comes from Australia. I haven't imported any yet. James told me he was going to send me some. I still haven't received it. So as soon as it comes in the mail, I'll gladly marinate in red wine, but I'm still waiting for it. He said, "Man, I got the best aged red wine. Maybe a little sour, but oh my God. I think the fact that it's foreign makes and old makes it taste extra good." I said, "Okay, send me some." Piece of paper. I don't know what this is, like a shred or something. Okay. All right, who's coming on to talk to me for 20 minutes? Because I'm really getting bored with this shit. And like I said, I don't have to take calls, but I don't know where to end, or I'll just end it because I'm like, not really happening. This is Saturday night. You think everyone would be out partying? Instead, we got two chicks hanging out. Well, it's Sunday in Australia, and one of the chicks is old, the other's kind of stupid. So we got two girls, and I thought the guys would be more excited, but this is, for once, it's not a sausage fest, but no one seems excited. Did I want to talk about anything in particular? I forget why I wanted to stream. Oh yeah, I was delaying. Like it's like instead of doing homework, I'll do something else. Instead of doing my taxes, I'll do something. Just can't do homework now. I got to stream. That's why. And I got the thing with my brother. Yes. I'll just lay down and try to nap again. I will do a sleep stream. I'll sleep here in my wheelchair and watch me sleep. Discuss amongst yourselves and go in and out. I'll think. I'm slipping out of my chair. This isn't good. Mm. All right. Man, I'm tired. I really woke up. I think the potatoes and the pierogies. Oh my god, potatoes! Like when I do baked potatoes, that was gonna be so sleepy. And if I'm maybe body chemistry is different, but if I'm this sleepy, I can imagine my brother's tired too, and that's why I'm worried. He was up getting beers at fucking 11 and still taking a piss after midnight. But oh. And of course, streaming itself makes you tired. It really does. Even an hour just knocks. Even a slow stream for an hour starts making me feel tired. Just strange. You wouldn't think sitting around talking would make you tired, but it does. It really does.